All right. Hello and welcome to Sunday night. Futures. Usually I try to be on right at open, but had something else to do, so I wasn't able to get on right at open. So here I am now. So this is the indicator here. This futures pivots two. If you the number two, uh, if you go to Trading View, you'll be able to find it. But yeah, so it's futures pivots two. It's the indicator I had created. That someone created it for me based upon my math. So I've been using it, and it's been getting me some pretty good results, even just on micros, and it's been very accurate as well. So Apex is still running their sale, 80% off. With my code Blues Trades will get you a 50K account for about 30 Yeah, so about $30 will get you a 50K account there with Apex right now. So it's the best way to support my channel. I appreciate you guys using my code Blues Trades. Any streamer's code will work, but if you want to support somebody's channel, that's the best way to do it, is just, use their code. That way they get credit for it. So if we usually I've noticed London session, or I'm sorry, London Asia session will stay between the threes. So if we get up here to 6712.25, I'm actually going to drip an order out there to go short. Um that'll put me in there. This is a micro, but I would also be comfortable going short with a mini as well. So I'm gonna put a order in there for 6712. No, I don't want to buy it. I want to sell it right there. So I'm gonna do 6711 and 3/4. So whenever it gets there, even if I just take, like, the way I can set this up here, limit, I could do 67, what I say, 11 and 3/4. And then I could do a bracket. So exit at um I don't want to do a buy though. I want to do a sell. So I think I want to do a stop limit. Yeah, stop limit 67 11 and 3/4. I don't want to do the ask plus. I don't know how that works, because I want to do 11 and 3/4. And then I want to do a take profit at, we'll do 6707. I'll do a stop loss at, I'll do 6714 and 3.5, or and a quarter. Yeah, that's the way I want to do it. Why is it not going take profit? Oh, I want to do this. I've never set this up here before on the on the trading view, so that's kind of weird. I don't want to do no. I don't want to do the bid plus. I don't know why that's doing that. That's kind of weird. Why is it not just like allowing me to do? Okay, well, it's in there on the DOM, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. I don't know how to set up the brackets on trading view. I'm probably gonna have to look at that. So you can see right here, if you'd have gone short at 67.06 and a quarter, you'd be down to 67.02 and a quarter. That's 4 points right there. So I'm gonna watch this hour and see if this closes up here. If it does, then I'm gonna take a short. I'd much rather my short. Oh, we're in a mother bar. Oh, wow. Um, so we're in a mother bar here from 67.13 and a half down to 66.83 and three quarters. And if they TTO'd right here, which is possible, they could have just did a TTO in this broadening formation here. Very possible. So I'm definitely going to watch how this hour closes right here. They definitely bought the first hour of open, but and they've bought most of this hour, but I remember a long time ago, one guy told me the second half of the 30 minutes is more important than the first half. So, and what he meant by that was, if your second half of the hour is selling, then they may go into selling on the new hour. So I'm gonna be especially interested in going short if they close this hour below 67.02 and a quarter. I did end up greening my PA last week, so that's good. Still ways away from payout, but hey, each day is getting closer. We did close last week as a two up red on ES. So you can see, but, or actually, do we have a two up red or an out? Yeah, because that's a broadening formation. Okay, I swear I drew my broadening formation. Here, let me do it on this. That way you can see it because I didn't draw the broadening formation on the ES itself. But yeah, so two up red. I am assuming that this was a TTO up here at 67.57 and a quarter. Um, and I'll draw the broadening formation there. I don't know where to anchor it to, but it's going to be tight. We'll just do it like that. So there's your broadening formation there on ES on the week from last week. Um, Let me go down here. We'll just put it right there. That's good enough. So you can see there, so now we're in this broadening formation. So unless they break 67, 63, or what was it, 67, let's just go with 67, 67, 50. I'm going to put it as 57. Probably just about close enough. So do a horizontal line there. I don't want it that thick. Why is it so thick? Oh, 4. All right. So yeah, about 67, 56 and 3/4, 67, 57 area, might as well say. Um, I'll set an alert for that, but I don't see us, like, I just don't see us going 2 up on the week. I mean, I guess anything's possible. Well, add an alert crossing that. So I've got an alert there. We could potentially come up here and hit 67.22 before going back. We did make a higher low last week, but we had yeah, we just had a 2 up red. So I'm expecting some retrace back inside and then, potentially sell off. The 67, 32, 31, and yeah, about 61, 67, 32 would be the prior week's high. Um, might will be a good area to see if some selling comes in. But we do tend to go back and visit, major areas of liquidity. Um, so between 67.16 to 67.23, I'm gonna, look at when we get to those areas, potentially going short. I have pretty much left NQ in the rear view mirror, so uh the indicator will still work on NQ, but it is specifically calculated for ES. Um, so I would not. I mean, if you use it with NQ, which everybody seems to want to trade NQ, I know it's the happening thing, but if you do use it with NQ, please use caution. Um, and all it does is list out areas of interest. It will not tell you what to do. Um, I don't believe in that anyway, but just keep that in mind. So you can see right here, if I go to a smaller time frame, I mean, it still will work for NQ, but again, I would just use caution because it is not calculated specifically for NQ. It is calculated specifically for ES. Um, I gave access to somebody and he's using it with stocks, but I just told him again, I cautioned him that it is calculated for ES futures only, and to use caution with anything outside of that. I'll drop a link to the indicator here in the chat so you can find it. But if you just go here, and I think you should be able to, well, I have my actual trading view app open. Let me see if I can find it without, so if you go here to, let's see, this is on Supercharts. If you go here to indicators, um, and search in community, search for futures pivots 2, and it'll be under my name, Blues Queen 23. So search for futures pivots and then the number 2, and then you can request access to it. And I should get an alert that you've requested access, and I can grant you access to it. It is free at the moment, but eventually there will be a $40 per month charge for that indicator. Um, People are using it, and they're using it and making profit. Um, so yeah, so it's going to be a $40 per month charge eventually. I haven't gotten to the place where I'm charging yet, but so you can see right here on NQ, we bounced from, this would have gotten you 20 points, 24,757 all the way up to 24,777. Funny. Because one of my favorite bands, 7779311, uh, is their song. So anyway, that's just funny. Popped in my head for a minute. This is calculated out for 8 levels, but again, it is not calculated specifically for NQ. So, if you're going to use it with NQ, again, I would use precaution and know that it can go way outside of the calculations for what it's displayed on NQ. It should not go very far outside of the calculations for ES. So I'll show you that here on ES. I've got the 8 levels calculated out. 67.97 in a quarter. Um, would be what would be the out, basically the highest calculation for the day there on ES. So I think I've got mine turned off where it will go back and look 2 or 3 sessions. Yeah, I've got it back for 2 sessions. I think it can go up to 3 sessions back. So we'll just see right here. This should show last week's session. Why is it not? I wonder if it's because I got that fib in the way. Okay. Well, it right here is going to show you at least one back. So the highest calculation for Friday was 67.63, and we got nowhere near it. We stopped between level 4 and 5. We did not get up to level 5, but we did go past level 4. But if you did bought the London session or even New York at noon, I mean, it just took off to the upside past the Globex Open and then all the way up to level 4. So you could have gotten easily level 1, 2, 3, and taken your trade off. Because we didn't get up to level 5, but we got close. Um, we got close. but it's kind of designed to go from level to level. Again, these are math calculations. Um, so you have to use your own you have to use your own brain power there. I'm not going to tell you how to trade it. Because I may go short when when somebody else is going long at a level, just based upon what they see. Some people are using it in conjunction with moving averages. One guy is using it in conjunction with the VWAP. Another guy's using it in conjunction with some linear regression. I use it in conjunction with the strat. So there. But it will show the Asia and London session boxes as well, and you can turn those on and off. I mean, I think it's a great indicator. I'm very very happy with it. Uh, so one of my friends, designed it for me based upon the mouth calculations, and we've back tested it, forward tested it, and everything else, and it seems to be working fabulous. So I'm gonna see if I can get an actual web address for the indicator. I don't not real sure how to do that, honestly. May have to log out of TradingView and then see if I can find it that way. I'm not real sure if I can get you an actual indicator without, let's see here, community. And it might not come up at all it's since it's invite only. I'll have to research how I can get the actual web address for it. Yeah, so interesting. I don't know. I'll try to get the actual web address for it and then link it. Um, but I'm just not real sure how to do that at the moment. But it's this one, Futures Pivots 2, the number 2. Why can I not copy publication link? There we go. Let's try that. All right. I dropped it in the chat if anybody wants it. And just whenever you go on there, just request access to it, and then I think it'll send me a link, and then I can invite you to it. I'll just need your TradingView username. So we do seem to be stalling out up here at this level 2 tonight. I've just noticed that during the Asia session, we don't tend to get above the level 3. We can go back here. Well, we don't tend to get above or below the level 3 on an Asia session. Now, all Asia sessions are not the same, obviously. Um, but it's just something that I've noticed. London will usually expand that. And we'll go usually go test a level 3 on an Asia session, or I'm sorry, on a London session, but generally not on Asia. So Asia tends to be a little bit tighter. That's an ICT thing, which, I don't doubt him on that one. Um, there are a couple ICT concepts that I like, volume imbalance, fair value gap, and I can't remember the other one, but there are some ICT concepts that I like. Overall, I would not say I'm an ICT trader. I would say I'm math based with and the strat. I mean, the strat, really helped me understand the market and really made sense to me. Then I added in a couple ICT things with fair value gaps because, Rob used to say with the strat, he would say, you don't have to be the first one in. Well, it took me forever to figure out exactly what he meant by that. And that is because sometimes you might trigger a 2 up and then come back and touch a fair value gap and then trigger again. Maybe come back and touch fair value gap, trigger again for the third time. So that when I first started trading futures, I didn't understand why it would go 2 up and then come all the way back in and then go again. So now that I understand fair value gaps, it totally makes sense to me. So I had to add in the fair value gap thing with the strat in order for it to make sense. So see here on this Asia session, we have not gotten above the level 3 on the indicator, and we may actually even come back and um, touch level 1. We'll see. But this on a small time frame on a 15-minute, this definitely could be a TTO here as it relates to the strat. We'll see. We'll see if they make another high, but we got a double top up there, which, I know people go by those too, but I pretty much just go by the strat, and that tells me that this was a this last 15-minute candle here, in conjunction with my levels. That is a doji, very thin doji here, on that last 15 minutes. So, unless we break 6707, I think it's very possible that we come down, maybe even, let's see, did we open at 6697? Where did we open? Yep, 6697. I don't know that we're going to come back and touch that tonight, but, um, yeah. I mean, I've got my order up there at 6712. If we do see it, I don't know, but so see, that's what I was saying. Like, with the strat, you need to. I feel like the strat is good on its own, but I feel like paired with other things, it's just it's unmatched. But I feel like you need other things with the strat, not just the strat. Because, and like with Rob said, you don't have to be the first one in. Well, unless you know exactly what he's talking about, you're going to go, oh, it's going 2 up, let me get in. That's not the best entry on that. You need to wait for this right here to occur. This was your entry down here on the strat, not wait to see, okay, yeah, I mean, you can wait for the confirmation, but this was your best entry, not wait on the 2 up and wait on all this to occur, then go. So that's just kind of my only beef with it. Not really beef, but just, you know, I just didn't understand it at first, I guess, is what I'm saying. So we did make a new high right there on that 15-minute. But let's say you wait on that to trigger, right? You missed from 6704 to 6708. That's 4 points. That's 4 points on ES. Now, I didn't jump in because I'm waiting till we get to 6712 to take a short. Um so I'm going to see if we continue to make two ups, this actually is an outside candle here on 15 minute, because we came down below the doji, made a low, and then created a high. So you've got an outside candle here, which you can move your broadening formation up, because an outside candle always creates a broadening formation uh, on a lower time frame, or even on the time frame you're on. So that creates a broadening formation. So we could still potentially top out here before level 3 here in the Asia session. We'll just have to see. I mean, we still got quite a bit of Asia session left. If you're new to my channel, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I do trade the strat, along with some math calculations um, in there, and just a few ICT concepts. But that's pretty much my trading in a nutshell. Um, and I think I'm pretty sure Apex is still having that 80% off. So that's the best way to support my channel. Use my code Blues Trades at Apex. I don't know if Bullinox is still having their sale or not, but my code Blues Trades works over there at Bullinox as well, on their option 2, which is their 50K. All right, I am going to get off stream. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, if you want the indicator, I did drop a link to it in the chat. If you go to TradingView, it's under Futures Pivots 2, the number 2. You should be able to find it there, and just send me a request, and I'll be sure to make sure you get access to it. It is free until I decide to charge for it, but eventually it's gonna be $40 a month. But I will allow you guys to trial it for at least 2 to 3 weeks. So it will not give you the signal to buy or sell, but it will give you areas of interest, and they're calculated each day at open. So they change each day. They are not the same. Um, and I've got somebody using it in conjunction with some EMAs, SMAs. One guy's using it in conjunction with VWAP. Uh, got one guy using it for stocks, but it is specifically calculated for ES. It is not calculated for any other instrument. So please keep that in mind, if you use it. So, all right, I'm going to get off here. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks so much for your time. And I'm going to try to do some streams here through the week. I've got some different shifts I'm working this week at my full-time job. So I should be able to get on at least Tuesday night. I won't be able to get on Monday night, but at least Tuesday night I should be able to get on, probably around 7:30, 8 o'clock. Try to get on before the new 4-hour candle opens there at 9, and we'll do some analysis there as it relates to the strat. We did have a two up red week last week. Does not specifically indicate that we'll be bearish, but I am overall looking for a retrace up, and then back down. So we'll just have to see how the week plays out. But that's on my radar for this week. So, all right, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Feel free to use my code Blues Trades with Apex. Again, that'll get you 80% off, and Bullinox, you can use my code there as well. If you want a link to any other futures prop firms, please message me, and I'll get you a link to those as well. So, all right, thanks for tuning in. You guys take care. Have a great week.